Welcome to this week's Todd Talks. And in this week's episode, I'm going to share with you something that's super important. So I need you to pay attention to this. And that's the topic of student loans and how they can negatively impact your ability to purchase a home. And we're starting to see something in the last few weeks, which is why I want to bring this to your attention. During COVID, the federal government put on all student loans into an automatic deferral status. And so what happened is that's been going on for a long time, and it is now expired. And then after that deferral period of time expired, what they did is they gave a grace period for you to begin to start making payments. And what I can tell you is that most people completely lost track of that. It was out of sight, out of mind, and many people have forgotten about that. And so in the last few weeks, now they've started to actually report delinquencies and send these student loans to collection for non-payment. And let me explain what happens. When a student loan goes into collections or non-payment, if it goes into collection, you get a collection account, a collection notice on your credit report. It's going to immediately drop your score probably 100 points. If it goes into deferral, it goes into a 30-day, then it goes to 60-day, then it goes to 90-day, and then it goes to 120. And what happens is for many loan types, when you have more than just like one or two lates on an installment loan, it requires a seasoning of 12 or in some cases up to 24 months. Once again, depending on the loan type. So that means that, and it drops your score, the late pays. So if you're not paying attention to this, what ends up happening is your score drops. It could drop low enough to, number one, mean you don't even qualify for a loan, or number two, that your interest rate's way worse because the interest rates are sort of, dictated by your credit score. The higher the better, the lower a little bit worse. And number three, they can even put a time frame on when you have to purchase. So you have to pay attention. So let me tell you what you need to do today if you have student loans in deferment status. And when I say that, I don't just mean you, I mean you, and also if you co-sign. Many people, if you have children or grandchildren, particularly if it's your children, if you co-sign, you need to really make sure that you're involved with this process too, because it'll hurt your credit too, even if you're just a co-signer. What you need to do is this: find out who your servicer is for your student loans. Log on there. If you don't have login credentials, create them and find out the status of the student loans. Are they still on deferral? When does the deferral expire? And it's already expired. Have they set it to collections yet? Or if they started reporting it late? And if not, immediately you have to do one of the two things really, is get it onto a payment plan or get it back into deferral status. You can request an additional deferral, but you have to do that with the servicer and get it moved out. And they typically do them in 12-month increments. But the other thing is you can do a payment plan, and the payment plans typically range for standard fixed, which is 15 years, extended, which is 20 years, graduated, which is like a small payment and it sort of stair steps up. Or they also have income-based payments, and that is where you're like sort of just paying the interest on the loan only, and it's a lower payment. That is not a bad option if you need cash flow. Like, you don't want to have a big cash flow event, but you don't want your student loans to go late, because at least you're making a payment, and the other thing, you're not continually growing the balance. So be sure you're keeping your eye on this. Check your student loans, whether it's yours or you've co-signed for somebody. Make sure they're in a 12-month deferral and make sure they're not paid late, so you don't go to buy a house and find out that you can't buy that dream home because you were not paying attention to your student loans. Hope you found this helpful. Hope you have a great day. And by the way, I build great mortgage plans for my clients. This is a great time to buy a house. Give me a call. If you're a realtor, send me your clients. If you're a borrower or one of my clients, if you have any family or friends, send them over to me. I will take great care of your referrals, build them a perfect mortgage plan to purchase in today's real estate market. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.